began inside the CERN Quantum Chrono Lab, where scientists were testing a theory once thought absurd, the manipulation of time at the subatomic level. They called it Project Chronos. The idea was simple: slow down a single atom's vibration by 1/1,000,000th of a second. If successful, they could study the texture of time itself, but something went wrong. At exactly 03:00 a.m., a pulse of unknown energy rippled through the facility. Every clock froze. The monitors flickered, then went black, and in that precise instant, time stopped. From the scientists' perspective, it lasted only a blink, but outside the lab, the universe ceased to move. Birds froze mid-flight, ocean waves hung motionless, glittering like glass. Lightning froze mid-burst, a sculpture of light suspended in the sky. Even the smallest vibration, the heartbeat, the hum of electricity, halted completely. Space itself went silent. And yet one person remained aware. Dr. Halt, the lead physicist, had activated a temporal field around his suit milliseconds before the event. He became the only conscious being in a universe frozen in place. He looked around, everything was perfectly still, like a painting of the world moments before breath. But as he took a single step, the air itself cracked like shattered glass. The experiment hadn't just paused time, it had broken it. Dr. Halt stepped outside the lab and into eternity. The world had become a monument of stillness. The city streets were filled with motionless cars. A bird hovered inches above the ground, wings perfectly frozen. Raindrops shimmered midair, each one reflecting sunlight that no longer moved. He walked through the silent city, each footstep echoing into infinity. There was no sound, no wind, no heartbeat, only the weight of paused existence. The air felt heavy, thick, like walking through invisible glass. As he moved, faint ripples followed him, distortions in space where time bent slightly around his presence. He realized something horrifying: the laws of physics depended on time's flow. Without it, atoms began to unravel. He saw buildings shimmer, their edges dissolving into fractal dust. The human bodies around him, still peaceful, began to disintegrate at the molecular level. 1 second without time was beginning to tear the universe apart. Dr. Halt rushed back toward the lab, his mind racing. If he couldn't restart time, everything, every atom, every star would collapse into quantum chaos. But as he neared the Chronos chamber, he saw it, a glowing sphere of light hovering in midair. It pulsed faintly, as if time itself were trapped inside, still alive. It was beating like a heart. The sphere pulsed faster as Dr. Halt approached, a rhythm, almost like a countdown. He realized it wasn't random. It was measuring the time that no longer existed. He connected his suit's chronofield to the sphere. The data confirmed his fear: the universe wasn't paused, it was compressing. Every particle was being forced into the same instant, and when time restarted, that energy would release as a universal explosion. He had to restart time gradually, or risk vaporizing everything. Dr. Halt accessed the Chronos console, floating midair within the frozen lab. His fingers moved across still holograms, rewriting the sequence of the experiment manually. Each keystroke sent visible ripples through space. Finally, he set the restart trigger, but the field demanded an exchange. Something had to anchor the timeline, a living observer to absorb the temporal feedback. He hesitated only for a moment, then he placed his hand on the glowing sphere. Instantly, light burst across the world. Waves of color rippled through frozen space, returning motion to atoms, energy to stars, heartbeat to silence. The world came alive again, the rain fell, the birds moved, the sound of wind returned. Time resumed. But Dr. Halt was gone. When the world resumed, no one noticed anything had happened. To them, not even a fraction of a second had passed. But the universe remembered. Stars flickered with unusual rhythms. Quantum sensors across the world detected microtime fluctuations, small echoes of that missing second. The news called it a cosmic glitch. In the Chronos lab, the scientists reviewed the logs. Every system had gone offline at the same moment, yet one signal remained active. It was coming from Dr. Halt's suit. The message was only 3 words long. Time is alive. In the days that followed, strange phenomena began occurring worldwide, clocks running slightly fast, shadows moving a second out of sync, dreams that felt hours long but lasted a blink. The world continued, unaware that their universe had been reset. But somewhere in the depths of quantum space, beyond perception, a consciousness floated, tethered to the heartbeat of time itself. Dr. Halt had become the anchor, the guardian of the second that never passed. And every time a clock ticked, every heartbeat echoed through him. Time had stopped, but it never forgot.